Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Texans and the Colts, and it's coming up next.
First opened back in 2008, there's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday. We've got an AFC battle on tap between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. With the first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
On first down, Thomas gets the dump off to Pierce. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Here's Thomas. And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over first and 10 on the short side of the field. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And it wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the 1 touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Just 3 catches in the wild card victory for him a week ago, and now he's got his first here, and it's good for a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To throw on 3rd down, Thomas. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Butker's kick here is good, and it's now 3-0 Texans. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP. This is Aaron Jones. To the 22-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And he showed some fancy footwork on the juke, but then quickly taken down. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lawrence looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. At issue here, does the football make contact with the ground before he secured it? And I think some of these angles are going to give us a pretty good look.
Secured is the important part because the ball can touch the ground, but it can't be loose when it does. So that's what they're going to have to try and figure out.
First and 10, it's Pierce. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Thomas throwing for the out route. He finds Wilson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Pierce now up the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20. First down, they go right back to Pierce. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Thomas. And that's complete ETN out of the backfield. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Thomas. And that will be incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will make it 6-0. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Got it.
They go play action now. Lawrence. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. An inside give to Jones. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. This complete to Lockett. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
But looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
6-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And his pass incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
He hits his target, Lockett. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 31-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football.
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
They go play action here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10. Thomas.
He'll get that underneath ETN.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Thomas.
ETN bringing in another one.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. To throw again on 2nd down. Thomas. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 36. A good pickup there, a 22.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36.
Draw play, ETN.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. Thomas.
This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 19. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
That's complete to Pierce.
And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Thomas.
Throw right side, Wilson. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Here's Pierce. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. ETN will take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And it's up and good to make the score 13-3. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And you work so hard during the regular season to earn that bye to go to the divisional round fresh. Well, maybe they're too fresh because they've come out here pretty flat.
And how many times have we seen it? And let's go to other sports now. Let's go to basketball, baseball, those ones where the playoffs are a series. And you see teams who were playing before versus the team that had the bye, and they take them on. And how often does that team that had been playing before win game 1?
Right.
Almost always, right? Feels that way anyway. When it's a one-shot deal like the NFL, that's critical. Because now you come in and you get the momentum, you can take them out in that one game, and it's over. And those other ones, that team at home usually gets a chance to recover, and they're usually the better team.
Well, they better halt that momentum on the other side quickly, or this might be their last game. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Lawrence.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Texans will take over.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
We saw these guys have some big plays in their wild card win last week, and they're certainly going to need to continue to put up plays like we just saw there if they hope to continue to move on in these playoffs.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Operating from the gun, Thomas. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Terry McLaurin, 34 yards.
And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Here's Lawrence.
And that is incomplete. The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defense, is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Pierce gets this one running right.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now Thomas on 3rd down.
He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Thomas. Open man here is Conklin.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round Weekend. 2nd and 5. We remind you coming up at halftime. Charles, you want a way to enhance your Saturday?
I do.
I know you do. I've got the thing just for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Back to throw again. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 24-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Thomas. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Again, he'll drop to throw. And Callaway taking it in left side. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Butker's kick here is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So it's on to halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This the first of 4 Divisional Round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other Divisional Round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the New England Patriots squaring off against the New York Jets. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half for the Seahawks. And they had success all season throwing the football. No reason for that to change in the playoffs, as they've continued to move the ball well through the air. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3.
And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, How are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
3rd and 2, now Lawrence.
Here's Johnson with a reception.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Ready? Way to go.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Gets by him at the 25. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Opposite. Block it.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone. On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Check. Kill.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And his kick is good. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the 1st half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 29, Thomas. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Trayvon Walker picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Back to throw. Thomas. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there for Indy.
So that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, and let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield. But I like the way they get the receiver in motion. It's almost like he's running a route before he gets the football because he's got a full head of steam when the ball is popped in his direction.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it.
Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Lawrence. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
Here we go. Alert. Opposite. Block it.
On the counter, here's Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Back up.
On 2nd and a couple. Lawrence. Touchdown, Colts. From 3 yards out.
And the Colts are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. That's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
Taking it about the 1. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here.
This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
On 1st down, Thomas. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Thomas over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Thomas. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Check.
Lawrence on 3rd down. Finds finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route. And he is going to have a Colts first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Here's Edwards-Helaire.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Now Lawrence.
And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches are asking their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
The Texans back out there and ready to go.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action. But that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
After the sack on 1st down, Thomas. And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he's going up top for Wilson.
They got his man complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Thomas now throwing on 1st down.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw is Thomas on 1st down.
They'll get that complete to Albert O. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Sky Moore
from 8 yards out.
And the Texans are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Colts set to take over here offensively. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Check. Heel.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Get up. Ready to go.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. Left side complete to Lockett. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Ready, break.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42.
Alert. Opposite. Lock it. Hand.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
Let's go now.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. Airing it out deep for Smith. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Now Lawrence.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
Dalton Schultz.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Point after try forthcoming. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And now 1st downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time.
They go play action here on 1st down.
That's underneath to Pierce.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Thomas. Over the middle. It's complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Caught. It's Wilson. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical third down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Thomas. This is caught at the 20.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Back to throw. Thomas. And his throw here is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here's Etienne.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. And they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. This one swung out here to Jones.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Here's Lawrence.
It's caught on the right side at Smith. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Alert. Opposite. Lock it. Hand.
Now a toss left side for Edwards-Helaire.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. And that's good for a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Finding Edwards-Helaire once again.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily.
Returning right back to Lockett. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Caught on the right side by Jones.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. And Lawrence going to get his guys to go quickly.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
It's a throw again is Lawrence.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. Here's 2nd and goal.
Lawrence will throw.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Houston's offense taking over again.
And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Thomas. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.